celebrating together the World Day for Cultural Diversity, for Dialogue and Development. This is a theme that is central for international law, for the main values of the international legal system today. In fact, intellectual solidarity that has its roots in cultural diversity is a prerequisite for peace. And all human rights can only live in a specific social, cultural environment, and about sustainable development. Clearly, it has its roots in cultural attitudes that shape, in a way, our behaviors. And so it's clearly spelled out in the 2005 UNESCO Convention on the Promotion and Protection of the Diversity of Cultural Expressions that, in fact, cultural diversity is as necessary for humankind as biodiversity is for nature.
So, hello everyone, and I'm very pleased and honored to participate in this cultural diversity day for dialogue and development. This is a very important opportunity to show how much diversity can be valued, especially in contexts like this one, the university one, where we need to value diversity to understand the complexity of reality and to support research and development. It's not just an ethical imperative, it is a development necessity. So it is important that through this moment of celebration, we exchange our views, we know different cultures, and we improve, we grow together. So I really wish a wonderful day all together within this wonderful environment that is the Vergata University.
For anthropology, cultural diversity is a very important dimension to relate to. As anthropology is one of the perfect disciplines to help understanding, analyzing, and appreciating cultural diversity, I believe that these celebrations for the UNESCO Cultural Diversity Day are very relevant. Indeed, the focus on culture in relation, for example, to sustainable development is very challenging and insightful for anthropology. I hope that this day will bring more interest on the notion of culture, change, diversity, and hybridization, and will promote the dialogue among different disciplines to highlight altogether the role of cultural diversity and its crucial importance to face current global challenges.
I strongly believe that one of the most powerful ways in which we connect as human beings is through art. No matter where we come from, we can all be moved by a painting, a sculpture, or a story told through images. Art teaches us to look at the world from different perspectives and to embrace cultural diversity with curiosity and not with fear. For centuries, artists have drawn inspiration from different cultures. Think, for example, of the impact that Islamic art had on the Renaissance world, or how transformative African masks have been for Picasso's vision. Art teaches us that diversity is not a barrier, diversity is a source of beauty, is a source of inspiration, is a source of powerful connection. Art teaches us to embrace cultural diversity with enthusiasm in order to enhance our view of the world and to shape a better and more inclusive future together.
everybody, this is Alessandro Cosentino, professor in Music and Cultural Identity at the University of Rome, Tor Vergata. And so I'm very happy that today also we will participate at the World Day for Cultural Diversity, the 21st of May. Okay? Music is a very important aspect of this day, because it connects people, unifies people, and shows the peculiarities of each culture. In World Day for Cultural Diversity, we speak about diversity, but it's also important to highlight how much music unifies people and how much it helps us to better understand the similarities that each culture has compared to others. So when we speak about music, we speak about a specific aspect of culture that is very important to highlight in this World Day for Cultural Diversity. We hope that we will have a spectacular event this year, as the last years have been. So thank you very much, and happy World Day for Cultural Diversity.
Recognizing the Diversity Day, it really matters because it helps to keep values alive and strong.
An exchange of social cultures and social thought is so important for our lives.
It's a very important day for students to share their ideas and thoughts about their backgrounds and their cultures.
It's good that we have it in our university as an event.
So it's a very beautiful way to celebrate richness of different cultures and to promote mutual respect to all the cultures. So as an international student, you take a look around here. There are people speaking many different languages and many different traditions to be celebrated. So it's a beautiful thing that we all celebrate each other's cultures and having the mutual respect among ourselves.
Every culture has something unique and beautiful to offer, and celebrating a day specifically for this would allow us to learn more about new culture, be more respectful for them.
I feel like Cultural Day is really important because it could end every discrimination that we have nowadays. And by nowadays, I mean everything that's happening in the world. And by Cultural Day, we could explore each other's culture, we could understand them and their position. And I mean, it's really important.
Regardless of our religion, nation, and culture, we exchange this rich culture and we become one.
I think having a World Day for Cultural Diversity is a beautiful initiative as it reminds us the value of the different cultures around the world and why they are worth preserving.
Buona giornata della cultura.
Madaniat Kunismen.
सांस्कृतिक दिवस की शुभकामनाएं। संस्कृत दिवस को शुभाकांक्षी।
शुभ सांस्कृतिक दिवस.
교신도 미리 발표해야지.
همایونی باد روز تنوع فرهنگی.
روز جهانی تنوع فرهنگی مبارک.
শুভ সাংস্কৃতিক দিবস।
We have. Okay. So welcome and good morning everyone. Benvenuti e buongiorno a tutti. Siamo qui a celebrare per il quinto anno in questo modo nell'Università degli Studi di Roma Tor Vergata la giornata mondiale per la diversità culturale, per il dialogo e lo sviluppo. I will speak part in Italian, part in English because we are here for celebrating cultural diversity and we are in Italy, and so English is the universal language, but a touch of Italian is also due in a way. So sorry if someone doesn't understand the Italian part, but I will try to amend it in English later on. So welcome everybody.
Buongiorno a tutti. Non parlerò di aspetti disciplinari, abbiamo già sentito qualcosa nel video introduttivo da parte mia e di altri docenti dell'università. Questa non è un'iniziativa disciplinare, questa è un'iniziativa di comunità accademica, per gioire della diversità culturale che è qui nel nostro Ateneo, un grande Ateneo dove ci sono tanti studenti stranieri e tanti studenti italiani che provengono da varie parti d'Italia, e questa è tutta una ricchezza di cui noi oggi celebriamo la giornata mondiale nel nostro Ateneo. Do subito la parola alla professoressa Agata Amato, che non c'è. No, gliela diamo tra un attimo dunque, perché è collegata, abbiamo un piccolo problema tecnico. Alla professoressa quindi nel frattempo, eccola, Agata Amato, la vedo comparire, che ha iniziato questa iniziativa insieme a me 5 anni fa, da presidente del Comitato Unico di Garanzia dell'Ateneo, e ha anche partecipato dopo in quanto coordinatrice del dottorato di ricerca in diritto pubblico, e quindi diciamo che siamo le madrine di questa iniziativa, siamo state le madrine di questa iniziativa 5 anni fa e continuiamo a seguirla. Appena riusciamo a recuperare la professoressa Amato le diamo la parola. Insieme a me sono la delegata del rettore per l'internazionalizzazione, so delegate of the rector for internationalization, professor Bianca Sulpasso, and I give her the word for an introduction.
So thank you very much. So also I will switch from English to Italian if I understood well. So benvenuti a tutti. I'm very happy to be here with you. It's a second time, and for me it's really a joy to see all those international students. For me as Rector Delegates of International Affairs, it's really important. And World Diversity Day highlights the richness of the world, as Federica Mucci was saying, of culture, and the essential role of intercultural dialogue, a role that intercultural dialogue plays in achieving peace, sustainability, development, and also welfare, we can say, because this is a way to Vergata intends internationalization. For us, internationalization, it means integration of culture. One student of ours has been interviewing our student ambassador program, our student ambassadors, so I will switch to Italian now. Sono felicissima di essere qui in questa giornata che celebra la diversità culturale e evidenzia uno dei punti essenziali per il nostro Ateneo, di come viene interpretata l'internazionalizzazione, che non vuol dire soltanto il reclutamento di studenti stranieri, ma vuol dire proprio l'integrazione, vuol dire i ponti culturali, il dialogo. Una delle nostre studentesse oggi ha intervistato uno dei programmi che grazie al nostro rettore abbiamo avviato, e cioè il programma degli Students Ambassador, e quindi ha avuto modo di intervistare questi studenti che provengono da 5 parti diverse del mondo e che stanno lavorando come ambasciatori del nostro Ateneo nel dialogo sia interno che verso l'esterno. I'm really grateful to Professor Mucci for guiding, and I'm very grateful for the present here also of other representative of our university, and she's guiding us in reflecting that it is very important, of importance of diversity and inclusion. So it's very important. I'm grateful for what she's doing. I'm grateful Manuel is here, Silvia is here, our ambassador as always is here, and that's very important for us. And so I just want to thank you all, but first of all I would like to thank our students, because it's really important. They work so much. We have just been seeing some wonderful reels. They have been, it's like, it's like what I love working with international students is that it's like we have new eyes that give us the opportunity to see our university also in a different way. And this for us is really richness and reaching is really what we are working for. We are second ranked for internationalization. This is so important also. But the most important thing for me is what Federica Nucci was saying, the idea of community. Nelson Mandela was saying that people, finirò con queste parole ritornando all'italiano. Nelson Mandela diceva che agli uomini viene insegnato come odiare, no? E l'importante invece è che, esattamente come viene insegnato come odiare, si insegni loro come amare. Giornate come questa che ci raccolgono tutti insieme, che mettono insieme la diversità, che la lingua può essere un muro, ma in questi casi diventa un muro che viene abbattuto. Queste sono le giornate che insegnano a tutti noi ad amare. Quindi la mia gratitudine a tutti, a tutte le persone qui presenti e in particolare alla professoressa Nucci per l'impegno e a voi studenti che rendete il nostro Ateneo ricco e diverso. Grazie.
Grazie professoressa sul posto. È un privilegio lavorare con gli studenti, io lo dico sempre, noi lo sappiamo molto bene. La parola quindi adesso a Silvia Lombardo che è qui rappresentando, ecco, chiedo la cortesia, chiedo scusa, il Comitato Unico di Garanzia, the Single Guarantee Committee of the University. And she would say just a greeting now, then we will have a moment to speak of the Single Guarantee Committee later on.
Thank you and good morning and welcome. I am member of the CUG and I'm proud to be here. Our committee fight to against of every type of the discrimination, gender, cultural, religious, and the well-being for our community. Passo all'italiano. Faccio parte, sono in rappresentanza del CUG, della nostra presidente che è la professoressa Virginia Tancredi. Noi del CUG ci spendiamo tantissimo affinché ci sia una universalità in questo Ateneo e voi siete per noi un valore aggiunto. Noi stiamo lavorando per voi. E per me questa è la prima volta che sono qui in questo consesso e sono appunto orgogliosa di esserci. Scusate per il mio inglese incerto, ma è un po' di anni che non lo pratico e quindi ho un po' dimenticato, ma sicuramente migliorerò, studierò per voi. E grazie ancora per la vostra presenza.
Grazie Silvia. Ecco, e adesso prima di partire con i contenuti veri poi di questa giornata, che saranno interviste e presentazioni, vi presento gli studenti che tutti del corso di laurea magistrale in Tourism Strategy, Cultural Heritage and Made in Italy, 8 studenti, tutti internazionali, che partecipano a questo progetto con il loro tirocinio formativo interno. So, these students are doing their internal curricular internship on this project, and I will just show one by one them. You please say your name and why you're here.
Hello everyone, I'm very happy that I'm part of this project. I'm Yalda and Salam and Buongiorno. I'm from Iran and yes, I'm so happy that I was part of this project and I could do a little think about diversity, which is so important, and I appreciate that you are having this space in the university.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, they were not seeing you, but now you see you're seeing. Okay, thank you so much. Then,
so
Salam. Hello everyone, I'm Mahdia Safi. I'm passionate about promoting unity, humanities, supporting cultures, and show them to the future generation and everyone all around the world. So that's why I applied for this internship. And I also have to say that I'm so thankful that Professor Mucci gave us this opportunity, and our incredible team that taught me the teamwork and the step-by-step process till this day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maris has produced the poster for this initiative to begin with the help of the group, but the initial idea and the drawing is hers. Thank you so much. Please, quickly, students, one by one. So, Maes,
Buongiorno.
sorry for pronouncing.
Buongiorno. Ciao a tutti. I'm Bahare Radmehrian. I was responsible for interviewing some international students. So I chose this project because I was always passionate about knowing more and more about different cultures, and because I believe that respecting and also knowing more and more, understanding our differences can lead us to a peaceful world, and we can become a decent human being by emphasizing our differences, not just focusing on similarities.
Thank you so much. Jose.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi everyone, buongiorno. I'm Hossein Chartabias. I'm very glad to being here. I'm very glad to being selected with Professor Mucci and Vergata office. My responsibility was editing videos about research programs, and I think this festival is very valuable for students to be familiar with other culture during their career, during their studies in this university. And thanks to Vergata and Professor Mucci to give us this opportunity.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
So, quickly. We have the author of the introductory video, Ishti.
So, good morning. I'm Ishtaq Ahmed, and I was responsible for the introduction video. And yes, I'm really glad to be a part of this project and part of this initiative. And I believe I believed in the reason for this initiatives. And I think knowing different culture and can make us more respectful to each other, and we can end discrimination through this process. And thank you so much, Professor Mucci, to let me be a part of this. And
thank you, Ishti.
And wish you
well,
all the
very great goals. Let's hope we contribute with what we can. Abdin.
Thank you.
Thank
you. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Abdin Aryafar, and I'm Persian from Iran. I decided to take part in this project because I believe that cultural diversity is a valuable source of richness and inspiration, and it allows us to learn about different cultures and perspectives, challenge stereotypes, and build a more respectful and exclusive society. For me, this project was a great opportunity to become more familiar with different cultures and gain a deeper understanding of cultural values around the world. And I need to mention this, thanks to Professor Mucci, we had a great experience during this project. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdin. And we will see again, Abdin, later on, speaking of the survey. And also Shima, they work together about this. Shima?
Hello, everyone. I'm Shima Piraste, and I'm from Iran. I chose this internship because I wanted to expose myself to new perspectives. And with my background in architecture, I feel like culture is the essence of human life in nature, in relation to nature, in relation to space, and also the other people. Um, and for me, in this way that I'm interested in cultural heritage, this internship is a kind of a step to go forward to the past that is going to be more clear for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Shima. And last but not least, we have Tasnuva.
Hello everyone, I'm Tasnuba Mubin from Bangladesh and I'm studying here Masters in Tourism Strategy. And it's a big opportunity for me to be part of this amazing team. And I chose this internship because I was always passionate about culture, diversity, and the culture heritage. And when I see the call, I just grab it, and I'm really feel lucky to be here under the supervision of Professor Muti. Thank you.
Thank you.
And today I'm going to show I was in charge of interviewing photojournalist Munirujjaman from Bangladesh. And I chose him, I gave the proposal of interviewing him because his photographs is beyond the border. He captures the life of the refugees, and his photo was selected as one of the 100 photos in famous journals. So he is I wanted to show the stories behind the pictures. That's why I interviewed him. And yeah, that's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Tasnuva. Grazie. Tasnuva, no, stay here. Anyway, we will
see
see
now
now
the interview with this photographer, very famous photographer from Bangladesh, and entering this other part of our day that was the classical, let's say, one, because in the past we had mainly this kind of activity. This year we are adding other things, but we begin with tradition, with interviews with artists. And so the first one is from Bangladesh, and we see it now.
Buongiorno and welcome. As part of our celebration of the World Day for Cultural Diversity here at Tor Vergata University of Rome, we are honored to welcome a special guest, Munirujjaman, a respected and award-winning photojournalist from Bangladesh. Mr. Jaman is a senior photographer at the French international news agency, Agence France Presse. His work has been featured in major global outlets, such as the New York Times, The Guardian, and National Geographic. From for Buongiorno and welcome. As part of our celebration of the World Day for Cultural Diversity here at Tor Vergata University of Rome, we are honored to welcome a special guest, Munirujjaman, a respected and award-winning photojournalist from Bangladesh. Mr. Jaman is a senior photographer for AFP, the French international news agency, Agence France Presse. His work has been featured in major global outlets, such as the New York Times, The Guardian, and National Geographic. From documenting the lives of Rohingya refugees to everyday moments in Dhaka, his photography gives voice to untold stories around the world. One of his most recognized images, a photograph of Tashnuva Anand Shishir, Bangladesh's first transgender news anchor, was selected as one of Time magazine's top 100 photos of 2021. Today, he is here to share his journey, present some of his work, and reflect on culture, identity, and diversity through the lens of photography. Please join me in warmly welcoming Munirujjaman.
Thank you, Tasnava. It's my honor and privilege to be here. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you again, Mr. Jaman, for being here with us today. We're excited to dive into work and insights. To start, could you tell us which photographic work or series you are presenting today, and what is its central message or theme?
Thank you, Tasnava. Thank you again. Today, I'm going to present one of my, long-term work on Rohingya refugees. I start the work in 2012 and still is going on. And I have seen the things from very close, and I work there very intensively. So I think the people should know what's going on there, actually, And another thing is, I think the Rohingya refugee work relates the cultural diversity, because It brings their own language, tradition, and religious into the place they flee to save their lives, like Bangladesh, actually, So they help to keep their, by this time, definitely they will try to keep their culture alive while they are sharing it with the others. I mean, the host community, the those people living around the Rohingya camp. And, camp area is huge, it's huge and very intense, at least, I mean, thousands of Rohingyas living there, couple of thousands actually. Which adds to the mix to the culture in the area, the host community. Even their struggle, also the highlighting the importance to respecting and the protecting the difficult culture around the world. I mean, definitely they are vulnerable. Their culture are also vulnerable there because the host community definitely, I mean, impact on their cultural practices and other things. So I like to show a few of my photos. I mean, if you allow me to, I can share my
Yeah,
screen and
sure.
show a few of my photos.
Yeah, please
Thank
go on.
you. Yeah, this photo, I think you can have an idea. The boat, the big boat is these are the Bangladeshi Navy, the Coast Guard, and the small boat they try to intercept the Rohingya boats. They there's the Naf River, basically divided the Bangladesh and Myanmar border. So when they try to save their life, they just cross the river and try to land in country in Bangladesh side. So at the time, most of the time, the Coast Guard and the BG border guard chase them and don't allow them to come inside the Bangladesh. So that's how they intercept the boats. Actually, no, I mean when they catch them, they try to force them back. That's how they send them back actually. And the background, see, that's basically Myanmar. Can you see the trees
Yeah,
here?
yeah. Yeah, I
These
can
are
see.
Myanmar actually. Yeah. And these are the Navy and Coast Guard. This was taken in 2017. There was a huge influx after there was a clash between the Myanmar army forcefully displaced the Rohingyas. That time, the couple of 100,000 people forced to flee leave their home behind in their country and came back to, I think, take shelter in Bangladesh. There's this.
Yeah, I think
This was
is
taken
it
in.
the picture? Is it taken on Bangladeshi land or the no man's
Yeah,
land?
this it's taken in Bangladesh side actually. I mean, this can you see these green trees? That was the border side.
Yeah, I can see.
That's why they actually try to enter the country, and the government allowed them to come inside the country. That's why so many people can enter. Basically, they saved their life at that time. So when they come inside the camp, their first job is to make the shelter. I think
Yes.
the shelter is one of the most important things to survive. So that's how they make the shelter there. And the second is food, which is second most important thing. To survive, you need foods. So the government and the NGOs supply them the food to keep them alive. And this is the this was taken very recently. It's a drone shot. So I mean, you can see the intense houses and the environment here. Actually, this is very congested,
Yeah.
and
Very
they lived in a plastic tent basically. So life is not good there basically. Actually, So yeah.
No, they're facing many challenges and problems when as they come to our country.
Yeah.
It's a new, totally everything is new for them, and they have to habituate with the situation. It's a very hard moment for them. So you saw all the things very closely, like as a photographer. So
Yeah.
I want to know in a very few words your personal opinion or point of view. Like, how did you see the whole thing?
I mean, when I was there, the first things goes on my mind that if I'm a father also, I mean, if I had to forcefully leave my house and live with my family in a street, how I felt actually. I have two kids, so definitely they're vulnerable. I mean, whatever happened with them, it shouldn't be happen. But they are culturally they are very religious. They used to play Shinlon. That's in the every evening I saw the young Rohingya children and the boys they play Shinlon. It's a Myanmar national games actually. So I think is so much difficulties they are going on, but still they try to hold their cultures. through maths, through games, actually, That's
Yeah.
the thing. I think they should make a bond to the Rohingya camps, to their houses or to their playgrounds in Myanmar. That's the thing really I like most.
That's a very beautiful story to hear. Your work highlights powerful culture and social themes. I would love to know from your personal experience, do you feel a stronger bond with your place of origin, or do you find yourself equally connected to other cultures and places around the world?
Thank you. As a photographer, I based in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and I feel I deeply connected with my country, the place I belong, actually, because this place and this experience from my childhood, these people, the struggles, the beauty, the nature of this country, the struggles, help me to make this journey, actually, and at the same time, I feel a strong connection to the others part of the world through shared human experience, and especially those facing injustice or climate crises. As a photographer, I worked the cyclones and floods and other things, so I can also relate my work I think bridges the local roots with the global stories. The vulnerable people or the climate crisis is the same way here in Bangladesh or in some other part of the world, actually.
And also, your work is the only way to connect the other part of the world to show what's happening there.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
a very
also right.
it's a very powerful way actually to connect the different parts of the world through photography. So it's
Yeah.
amazing from our perspective.
Thank you.
So let's talk about cultural diversity. What does cultural diversity mean to you as a photographer, and how do you think your work can help connect different cultures or communities?
Thank you, Tastuba. I mean, cultural diversity is really very important things. And as a photographer, for me, I think the cultural diversity means the seeing the world through many lenses. Each culture add a new layer of the meaning and the beauty. I believed it's essential to open up the dialogues and the learning from others, and it's really help. I mean, we always share our work with our friends, and I mean, we share our thoughts because we have friends all over the world. We like to talk about our works and express how we feel, uh, and during an assignments, or how do we deal the assignments and other things. And I believe this essential to open up the dialogues and the learning from others through photography. I capture stories that connect different identities, sparked empathy, and to build the understanding across the cultures. Uh, that's the thing, actually.
Yeah, that's a nice explanation.
Thank you.
To close, could you share a short greetings or message in your local language for the students here at Vergata in honor of the World Day for Cultural Diversity?
Thank you again, Tasnuba. My message is very small and it's very short. বিশ্ব সাংস্কৃতিক বৈচিত্র্য দিবসে তোর ভার্গাতা ছাত্রছাত্রীদের জানাই আন্তরিক শুভেচ্ছা। আমার মেসেজ হচ্ছে যে আসুন আমরা একসাথে আমাদের সাংস্কৃতিক বৈচিত্র্যকে উদযাপন করি এবং সংহতি ও সম্প্রীতির মাধ্যমে একটি সমৃদ্ধ বিশ্ব গড়ে তুলি।
খুবই সুন্দর মেসেজ ভাইয়া, আমরাও
Thank
খুব
you.
খুশি আপনাকে পেয়ে আজকে. Thank you for
Thank you.
here being with us.
আচ্ছা,
And we appreciate you taking the time to join us for this important conversation about cultural diversity. It's been an
Thank
honor
you.
having you here. We wish you continued success.
Thank you. So on my honor and privilege also. Thanks a lot for inviting me, man.
So really, I must say that it has really been, we have an echo here. I hope it's not on YouTube. Anyway, it has been really an honor to have Munir Uzzaman with us. And he wanted to be connected, but he had a last-minute urgency for his work. So thanks also for being so available to be until a few moments ago here with us today. And so we get to the next interview. This time we go to Iran. And I give word to Yalda to explain why she proposed this interview to Setare Fatouli. Please, Yalda.
I can mention that Setara, we met each other in Iran, in Tehran. She's a performance artist, but she was living that time in Amsterdam. But we became friends so soon, and we worked together. We lived together, and I learned a lot from her. And she became part of the concept of home for me. Actually, I can say that I'm asking a lot of time about home. What is home? What is the meaning of home? Of myself, and in the world that I know, when we think about home, we cannot forget that a lot of people are becoming separated from their home, and the meaning of home is a very sad meaning somehow for me. But in the other side, some pieces of home or some part of home is like connected very much to people, to connection, to diversity. Exactly. When we think about home, we remember the food, the smell of food that we have in our home, or the color or the pattern that we remember. It reminds of our home, or a music that is deeply connected to us, and we again remind our home from that music, or people we love them. And we have a poem in our culture from a very famous. We have a poetry from a very famous poem who called Molana, which is ما برای وصل کردن آمدیم، نی برای فصل کردن آمدیم. It means we came to make connections, not to separate and make borders. So when I think about diversity, I think about differences, and I think diversity is about not separation, but connection, and seeing our differences. So I talked with Satara about these concepts, and I'm really happy that I had this opportunity to present her as my friend, as my home, and as an artist from my country.
Okay, thank you so much, Yalda. Stay here, and we will see this interview. And I saw here it already, so I know that we will meet a lot of these concepts. Let's see.
Thank you for having me. I think it's also like a very interesting initiative to talk about this topic, and it's interesting that you have a space for it.
For me, it's a really great opportunity that we have this event in the university. Also, this situation with Setar. Beside the professional life of her, I wanted to mention that she's one of the dearest and most important person in my life. So this connection for me is important.
Okay, let's go.
Setar Fatahi is an artist researcher, not based in Tehran and London. In their current research, they have been looking at the formation of translocal collective bodies, hosting remote dancing beyond the colonial borders that have been separating and debilitating many. Setara is a co-director of Jacuzzi Dance Space in Amsterdam since 2017, a guest lecturer for the MA Choreography students in Amsterdam School of Art since 2021, a member of Coach Collective in Tehran since 2020, and currently pursuing their PhD at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama since 2024 in London. So, Setara, let's start. A little about your work.
So I basically, it's been for like few years that I am kind of like focused on a research that is like looking at the collective bodies that are connected through digital means. So basically like bodies that are remote, or as I mentioned, they are distanced, so like they are separated, but still with the digital and technological means they are connected, and they're connected in a daily basis, in like working environment. They are even somehow, as some of them might say, they live together, and they certainly share economical resources. So my question basically is that what is this collective body, and how can we look at it? What are the, let's say, the borders of it, and what does it need, and how can it be more present in the processes of knowledge making and dissemination in our world now? And so basically I'm looking at like hybrid gatherings, I'm looking at like collective projects that happen beyond borders, and most specifically I am looking at transgression of borders that are colonially and imperially loaded. So basically, let's say like I'm not so much focusing on collectives that are gathering within the borders of like European Union, but like more about like people who are like connecting beyond the European Union borders, or the UK borders, or this kind of like borders within, in between the what is known as the global South and what is known as the global North. In my work, I work with like live gatherings. So I kind of like create these live gatherings with different people from different places, and then we create a text together. We deliver a text together and some visuals. So this is one of the, like, let's say, gatherings presentations that we had. One friend was in Istanbul, one friend was in Tehran. I was also in Tehran in my house. I was the one delivering the text, while these two, I asked them to walk from their office or where they work back to their homes. And we did it at the same time. So we connected, it was a conference. They basically started walking towards their houses, and somehow they both managed to arrive at the same time to their houses. So we basically are just like seeing this daily lives, the experience of people in two places at the same time. Stage, be it an academic conference or theater or a speech, instead of the subjectivity that it can add to the thought processes. Indeed, I is disabled when it is asked to leave the home feeling for its presence to be recognized. Home is a tricky word, so I try to replace it with familiarity, perhaps, with language and roots that goes beyond, over and around ancestral interrelations, roots that connects past to the future as a web of relation that is amorphous, fluid, and opaque at times. So the question is, which country do you feel belongs to, or how much do you feel connected to your country of origin? And of course, I have this question about the border of the country also, but what do you think about this? I'm pretty sure the intention behind these questions are like very positive, and I'm full of them. But some of the questions, they use words that maybe I resisted to use them. And I actually think that's very interesting to have them in the question so that we can kind of like poke them and see like what is there. And one of the words is belonging. And back when we were doing swim, which Yalda was also a part of that project, I was really insisting on like switching belonging to longing. Belonging for me was like connected to like possession, to attachment, to ancestral heritage, stuff like that. When I was talking about longing, it was more about like current attachment, places that I want to be, places that I want to contribute to, places that I want to live in, which gave me more freedom to talk about. I'm a dual citizen of, let's say, if I want to talk about cities, I will talk about Tehran and Amsterdam, but also like we can talk about country borders, then Iran and Netherlands, or even like Iran and Europe in some ways, or like the Schengen area, because like basically the passport that I have give me the freedom to live within that border. So I can also like consider myself the citizen of Europe in some ways. I think the feeling of longing, the feeling of like wanting to be somewhere, wanting to contribute, feeling love, feeling attachment, feeling FOMO, feeling the missing of certain things in those places happens through like spending time more than the stories we know from the past, from the place. I lived in the Netherlands for 15 years, and I left Tehran when I was like 24. So in some ways, I kind of lived in both places for quite a substantial time to feel them as my homes in some way. But at the same time, I remember like when I read this question, I was like, it's crazy that I really remember the anger when I landed in Europe. And I landed in Europe not to become a migrant. I came to study. And I was like, I'm a student. I want to study dance. And I want to study dance in this particular school. So that's why I came. And I came with also like the idea that I really want to go back as soon as possible, because I was like, sobbing when I was leaving Tehran, like having to leave all of my friends, all the like fun life I had as a 24-year-old in Tehran. And when I came to Europe, I had this like internal anger coming out. And I think it was coming from the fact that like there was something sold to me that it was not true. Like it didn't feel true. Like there was something about freedom, something about success, something about all those kind of words that like I want to say that, okay, the feeling of longing or belonging, somehow I think that feeling grows when you spend time in those places. So in that way, it should be, for me, happening in both sides. And I feel like when I'm talking about the anger when I entered Europe, is that anger kind of made me not want to belong, made me not want to even long for this place. So I kind of always kept myself in the border of living in the Netherlands. Like I've been coming back so much as I could, and my pocket would allow me to Tehran. I made most of my most important friends when I was actually living in Netherlands in Tehran. And I think the reason was that there was an assumption that I would have to like appreciate the life that is given to me. And I thought that I am doing my best, and I was like trying my best to be a part of. And as you see, and Yala was also talking about the Jacuzzi Collective, like I'm a part of that community, and I really love the friends that I have there and like the things we do there. But still, when I talk about Netherlands, there is some kind of detachment. There is some kind of like undoing of belonging or longing.
Maybe let's stay with that. What does cultural diversity means to you?
Again, I take the liberty of being an artist and not a politician and not a lawmaker to play with these words. Because like I understand that in the lawmaking level, these words, they have certain meanings and they are functioning. The word culture for me is a tricky one. I don't know how to use the word culture, so I don't use it so much. Just because I feel like I don't know its borders, like there is some kind of assumption that there are separatable behavior of certain humans that can be called their culture, and then now we're going to put them next to each other and like kind of like love them all. I think we can still carry on with talking about diversity, and I'm writing in my work about the work of Denis Ferreira da Silva, who has an essay that is called Difference Without Separability, and I think that tells a lot about how I refer to diversity. And there are differences, and our differences are not even that different if we want to like face them as like identities, put them next to each other. So they're all like influenced by each other, or even somehow are created as opposed to each other, which means that they hold some part of the negative space of the other one. And those differences are not separable. So the whole point is that she's criticizing this, like the European philosophers of like 17th, 18th century, that they gave us this assumption that as if it's possible to separate people by their differences. Therefore, then there are categories. And then now here we are talking about like putting the categories together, or the importance of giving value to everyone equally. For me, diversity is the acceptance that like we are inseparable. Like that's it.
خب من میخواستم ازت یه چیزی در فارسی یه چیزی راجع به بحثمون، هر چیزی که دوست داری رو بگیم.
فارسی ما کالچرال دایورسیتی رو میگیم تنوع فرهنگی. تنوع به معنای اینکه چیزهای مختلف رو بیاریم کنار هم بذاریم. من دارم میخواد به این تنوع با این دید نگاه کنم که اون چیزهای مختلف اصلا اونقدر مرزهای مشخص متفاوت از همین رو ندارن و در نتیجه قبل از هر چیزی مهمه که قبول کنیم که توی هر تفاوتی که وجود داره یک بخش آشنایی هم وجود داره و اون بخش‌های آشنا میتونه اینا رو کنار هم دیگه جمع بکنه.
Thank you so much, ستاره جون. Thank you for your time. قربونت برم.
فعلا.
So here we are again live, and thank you to Yalda and to Setare for participation. And I give immediately the word to Professor Sulpasso, because we're speaking of something about student ambassadors now.
Yes. Okay. As I was mentioning before, we started last year the Student Ambassador Program that reflects our approach to internationalization. We have 5 student ambassadors. They are Jansu, Alexandra, Farida, Aditya, Khadija, from different parts of the world. And every day they are like telling stories. I would like to ask you, if you didn't do, you will find on Instagram Sapuni, SAP, Students Ambassador Program, Sapuni Roma 2. You go and see the amazing work they are doing, amazing job, describing everyday life, talking to other students, interviewing international students. And so when we had to work with Bahara, she was very patient, because I was always like one day in Rome, one day in another place. And so she was like, what do we have to do? Let's start. But after we talking together, we thought, what can we do? I was thinking about our student ambassadors that are always very interested in working with other students, and in an idea, if you could find, like, in Proust, the Madeleine, no? The biscuit, very famous biscuit of Proust, And if you can find a way to tell the story of your to describe, to say something about your culture, emotion through something concrete that can be everything. And so Bahare, I love her name because it's really like she is. It means in Italian spring. I pronounce very bad. That's my. But Bahare said, because she was really like, she wanted to find the way. She was really serious on that. She also worked. She's really like one of our students working in the course of touring strategy really intensively. And she said, okay, this I like. So we asked student ambassador to help her out. And so after she will tell, but I'm very grateful because I think this is the net we have to build. This is the real way to get to know each other. Quindi brevemente, proprio in inglese, 2 parole. Io avevo Bahare con cui collaborare, che veniva nel nostro ufficio, cercavamo di trovare un modo per interagire e io ho pensato ai nostri studenti ambasciatori, che devo dirvi sono veramente una grandissima ricchezza. Tutti i giorni li trovate su Instagram, anche su Facebook, con storie continue, ma storie anche che raccontano la vita di tutti i giorni, la vita dei diversi dipartimenti, intervistano gli studenti. Cioè il bello è la freschezza, cioè non è qualcosa di, cioè proprio il bello di dire allora come va a Tor Vergata, e per me è una grande ricchezza. Quindi quando abbiamo chiacchierato, Bahare voleva qualcosa, cioè non si accontentava, capito? Voleva qualcosa di... Allora abbiamo detto, ma forse un modo potrebbe essere come la Madeleine di Proust, perché i francesisti sentendo l'accento prima mi uccideranno, forse potrebbe essere un modo pensare a una sorta di chiave d'accesso alla cultura, alle emozioni di un paese di condivisione. E Bahare mi ha guardato e mi ha detto I like that. E quindi a quel punto si è messa al lavoro. Io le lascio la parola adesso o dopo?
No, dopo ne parliamo con
Va
Bahare.
bene, ma le sono molto
ora-
grata, ecco, perché è stato insomma un dialogo tra noi, cioè anche proprio per trovare il modo. Quindi ecco.
Grazie,
Quindi
Bianca, grazie professoressa sul passo. Thank you. And so we see this video about
Realize with student ambassadors, and then we speak with Bahare about it. Okay.
Devo mettere qui, Bahare. You can sit here so that I can sit here. No, I'm not leaving, but you will be in the center.
I'm studying Masters in Mechatronics Engineering from Rome, Tor Vergata. So one thing I got from my homeland is this incense sticks, which is made up of sandalwood. This wood is very rich, and it's well known for its aroma. So we usually use this incense sticks in our rituals, in our tradition. So this sandalwood is very famous for its aroma, and they extract sandalwood oil also. So this is used in Ayurvedic medicine, and it is used in perfume and cosmetics industries. So it is very good for aromatherapy. So I usually use these incense sticks whenever I feel low or depressed. I feel refreshed. So this is one of the thing I got from India. So I love it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jamila. I'm from Azerbaijan. I'm studying master degree physical activity and health promotion at Vergata, University of Rome. This is the Kalahayel. I got it my homeland, and it's a headspace like with thread from the woven, silk woven for women, and you can see buta. Buta is like almond-shaped pattern, is a type of almond-shaped pattern, and it's the most common decorative elements of Azerbaijan ornamental art. You can use like this. And also my grandmother gave it to my mother, and then My mother gave it to me, and when I'm using this kalagaye, I feel so relaxed and comfortable, and I feel so sensitive. I love it. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Josue Ngoma. I come from the Democratic Republic of Congo and I study medical engineering here at Vergata. One thing that means a lot to me that I brought from my country is the New Testament in French, as you can see here. And it was given to me by a man that I really admired because he was the responsible of our youth group at my church in Congo. And since I was about to leave my country to come live here in Italy, study and do everything, he gave this to me as a gift, but also as a way to remember where I come from, what I believe in, and to always keep God and my faith intact and not compromise. So I look at this and I think of him, and it warms my heart in some way. So this means a lot to me. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Nikhil Kadambala. I'm currently pursuing my master's in business administration from University of Rome, Vergata. I'm from Hyderabad, India. The one thing which I have brought from my homeland, which means a lot to me, is my family photo. You can just see this. Yeah, so this means a lot to me because it brings back so many emotions with me. And this photo was just taken before the days I moved to Italy. And in this photo, you can see, yeah, I have my father, mother, sister along with me. We were all smiling together. But behind that smile, I know that there is a lot of mixed emotions of pride and sadness because we knew that things were about to change. So whenever I'm alone or uncertain at a new place, I just take a look at this photograph and just it reminds me that I carry so much of love and emotions with me. So especially this gives me strength on the hard days. So for me, this isn't just a photo, it's a piece of home which keeps me grounded and connected to my roots, and it reminds me where I come from and for whom I'm doing this for. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Khadija. I'm from Morocco and I'm a governance and international relations student at Vergata University of Rome. There are so many things I could show you to represent the Moroccan culture, but I chose this small terracotta model of the Koutoubia Mosque tour near to the famous Jebel Fna square. So why I choose it? I choose it because it reminds me home, not just the place, but the atmosphere, the traditions. As you can see, the beauty of the Moroccan craftsmanship. It means really a lot to me because when I see it, every time I see it or I touch it, I feel connected to my roots and my city. Thank you.
Volevo presentare a tutti la professoressa Veronica Albanese dell'Università.
Just a moment. So we are back, I think, now. So here we are. So thank you, Bahare, for this really nice video.
No, I just wanted to say that why we just chose to interview that student by these kinds of questions. So because we thought that you all very agreed on that. When you move into a new culture in new countries, it's very hard for you maybe to connect again with the new roots of another city and another country, another culture, another language. So we're about to ask them some very, very personal questions. Like this, that really brings and hones and also carries a lot of meaning, emotional and cultural meaning for them, not just something that is very okay, even it's a tiny thing, but it means a lot to them. Yeah.
It was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I must say that on this, we had brainstorming in the group of students and contributions by everyone, also idea contributions. It was working very well. Thank you all the students. So, let's go on. Now we switch to another moment. And I please call here Silvia Lombardo and Abtin and Shema. Because we have a moment to share 5 years of results in a way, okay, of a survey we launched in 2020. We had this idea, it was COVID, full COVID, maybe. And so we had this idea of launching this initiative, not with, let's say, a participatory in-presence event like this, but launching this survey, open to all the students of Vergata, but also the academic community in a way of Vergata. And it was under the Senior Guarantee Committee. So questa iniziativa, questo sondaggio che abbiamo lanciato nel 2020 con il Comitato Unico di Garanzia è qualcosa di cui parleremo adesso, perché dopo 5 anni abbiamo dei risultati e gli studenti li hanno un po' studiati e ce ne parleranno, ma prima Silvia, raccontiamo com'è nata questa cosa, ma soprattutto che significato ha dentro il Comitato Unico di Garanzia.
Posso parlare in italiano?
Assolutamente
Questa
sì.
Non me la sono preparata. Scusate, ma questa non l'avevo preparata bene in inglese e quindi non mi avventuro e quindi preferisco l'italiano. Ovviamente questa iniziativa nasce proprio per la natura che il CUG ha e rappresenta soprattutto, quindi l'inclusione. L'inclusione nella nostra università è molto importante, l'Università di Tor Vergata segue un codice etico e proprio per questo il CUG lavora. Il CUG è un comitato di garanzia, quindi a garanzia garantisce tutta la comunità universitaria, sia che siano docenti, studenti, ma anche personale tecnico, amministrativo e bibliotecario. In realtà noi del CUG non facciamo questa differenza così netta, noi parliamo di comunità universitaria perché questo è il messaggio che vogliamo mandare, il messaggio di comunità. E ovviamente noi cerchiamo soprattutto di abbattere le diversità, perché la diversità deve essere un valore, non deve essere un motivo di separazione. Io personalmente lavoro presso una biblioteca molto frequentata, che è la biblioteca di economia, probabilmente voi qualche volta l'avrete frequentata, anzi io vi invito a venire a frequentarla e a partecipare agli eventi che facciamo nel salotto della nostra biblioteca, salotto che è stato creato proprio per tutti e per tutte. E ci tenevamo con questo sondaggio quindi ad avere il polso della situazione, soprattutto per quanto riguarda voi studenti che venite da tutte le parti, studenti e studentesse, che venite da tutte le parti del mondo. Questo appunto è iniziato nel 2020 e in effetti questo è come dire, un progetto in itinere, ovvero un progetto sempre aperto. Non abbiamo una scadenza perché in realtà poi la nostra comunità si evolve, è sempre in continuo cambiamento e quindi magari le domande rimangono, ma le risposte sono completamente diverse e quindi ogni volta noi possiamo monitorare la situazione. E volevo solo lasciarvi un'indicazione. Il CUG ha uno sportello che si chiama SOS CUG, è uno sportello di ascolto dove tutta la comunità universitaria può rivolgersi nel momento in cui si sente in difficoltà o ha un disagio che può essere di discriminazione, che può essere anche di discriminazione di genere. Noi abbiamo accolto molte per fortuna non molte, studentesse che avevano difficoltà in questo senso. Quindi io vi invito ad andare sulla pagina web d'Ateneo e potete semplicemente scrivere CUG d'Ateneo e vi si apre il nostro link, la nostra pagina, dove trovate tutte le indicazioni. Quindi vi invito a frequentare questa pagina, perché poi vengono inserite anche tutte le nuove iniziative. E vi ringrazio tantissimo per il vostro contributo, mi hanno emozionato molto i vostri video, veramente vorrei appunto, mi piacerebbe incontrarvi ancora, e ringrazio la professoressa Mucci e la professoressa Sul Passo che è già andata via per questa grande occasione. Vi prometto che la prossima volta parlerò in inglese, mi preparerò meglio. Grazie mille,
grazie Silvia Lombardo, davvero. Tra l'altro il sondaggio di cui parliamo adesso con Shima e Abdin, che hanno fatto uno studio dei risultati fino adesso di 5 anni di questo sondaggio.
This survey we will speak about is open on the Single Guarantee Committee of the university webpage, so you can reach it. And if you're interested in this topic, students, members of the academic community, you are very welcome to do it. So we will have next year some other answers to reason about. So Shima and Abdi, you studied the answers that we received until now.
They were about cultural diversity. You will explain us what they were about and which kind of answers do we have.
Because we don't have much time, so we just summarize it to be able to present it in just 5 minutes. So
Sure,
in a kind of
very appreciated.
Okay.
Okay.
I should watch this. The first one, of course. No, the previous one.
Oh,
thank you.
So cultural diversity matters. Let's go on.
It's the final finding that we had, I think. Today we'd like to share with you the results of the survey about how people experience and reflect and value cultural diversity in their own lives. And first, we want to share with you some findings, and then a few practical ways on how we can really put it in action and do something in reality, not just supporting in kind of emotionally.
Thank you so much. Just to precise that this is directed to the academic community. So the people who are answering are either students or workers in the university.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next. Thank you. First of all, who took this survey? Most of them were Italian students, but also we had some voices from other countries. And the first question that we asked was that, have you been aware of this day, 21st of May? Unfortunately, we can say maybe only 1 in 5 participants know about this day. But the good point was that many of them appreciate having a day like this, because they thought that it can be a kind of motivation to do some actions together with other cultures. Okay. The next fundamental thing that we asked them was how you define cultural identity. And as we can see here, we had the most answer that we had was about belonging to common traditions and also social conditions and also tangible cultural heritage. It means that seeing cultural identity is not just one dimension. It's not just about seeing it from one point of view.
If I manage to intervene, because I remember very well when we did these questions, okay, it's very interesting because you see, we had answers that were ethnicity, religion, geographical origin. They were not, they are important, But they were not the first answer.
But we can say that, but we can say that cultural identity is a mixture of all of these things.
Sure.
We cannot separate it that we say that just invisible things. No, all of them together.
This is proof of what the Special
Yes, of
Rapporteur
course.
for Cultural Diversity in the United Nations says. It's true. It's not just a study. You see the
Yes,
students
course.
of Tor Vergata
Yeah.
reflected.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
Because the general idea is to see it's just a kind of difference in geographical places, but
it's not so easy
not,
because maybe what unites us is more what we are studying, what we are fond of, if you are have possibilities or not to do things. So sorry for interrupting. Let's go on.
Of course, as you said, here we see that invisible things maybe they're much more important than the visible ones, but both of them matters.
Okay, everything matters. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And also, when we asked about if they see university as a place that can promote, our university can promote intercultural dialogue, they had a kind of positive response. But it seems that it is a good strength for us, but we have to work on it more. So in order to have real support, as I said before. Okay, the next important question, no, this previous one. Can diversity help build a sustainable future? I think this is really important because cultural diversity is something that mostly it's from our ancestors, from our past. And the thing is that if it matters to keep it, to protect it, to keep it alive for other generations or not. So here, as we can see, the answer that stood out is thanks to the ability to evaluate problems from different points of view, cultural diversity matters.
For sustainable development.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just because you have an asset, but because you look at things in different ways.
Exactly.
And so you are
It's
able
really
to develop
important.
different solutions,
Yeah.
more resilient, more really to the need. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much.
It's really important to, it is said here.
Clearly, we have also other answers, but this is more than half of it, exactly. As we see from the graph.
To see one problem from different points of view, so we can be more innovative in sustainability, in social sustainability, cultural sustainability, and also economical sustainability. Okay. Okay. For asking about their experience, we had two main questions. One was a multiple choice question, and the other one was open-ended question. As you can see here, for the multiple choice question, we understand that about 92%, I think, they had a kind of interaction with cultural diversity, with other cultures in person or also in online. But about when we were asking about if it is positive or negative, we can say that most of the answers were positive, but also we had something that there were some moments of tension, some moments of embarrassment, or something that made some confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because of lack of the context, because of some assumptions that we have in our mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Setare was speaking a lot of assumptions in her interview. This reminds me of. Okay.
Okay. Next page, please. And the final part of our survey was about asking about what was their idea about inclusion, how we can really do it in action, how we can include cultural diversity. And we reached to different ideas that now we can share here. For example, we can have sessions of storytelling. For example, in this picture in the middle, you can see that there is a group of people. They use photos of their origins, of their cultures, and they use their photos to tell a story about themselves. Or maybe we can borrow, we call it leading library. We can borrow a person so we can have a cultural conversation with him or her. And also we can have, as you can see, food fairs and dance workshops, game workshops, and the other things that make people more close to each other, just like this. And the next page, please. Here we have the barcode. If you want to do the survey, you can join us because it is still open. It may be always open.
It will stay open.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for realizing this, that it's so easy to reach it through the QR code, but clearly also on just the web page of the Single Guarantee Committee. You have it anyway, so multiple ways to reach it. And if you wish, please do it.
Let's celebrate diversity by living it together, not just by supporting it emotionally.
Yes, thank you so much. But we lived it also in our group of work a lot. And so thank you so much. It was very interesting.
And now we switch to another part that is totally new of our event today, because, and I ask Hossein if he can come here with me. Because as you see, the group of students doing the internship was working together on something, and then we clearly shared some kind of tasks. And since this is about this academic community, questo è a proposito della nostra comunità accademica, e nelle università si sa, didattica, ricerca, terza missione, anche una quarta missione di cui sentiremo parlare tra un poco. Bene, visto che le soluzioni arrivano anche per lo sviluppo sostenibile dalla diversità culturale, noi facciamo ricerca, volevamo iniziare a guardare a qualcosa di quello che si fa in questa università, nelle didattiche e nella ricerca, che è più direttamente collegato agli argomenti della diversità culturale. So, in this university we have several things going on that are maybe closely linked to cultural diversity in specific scientific fields going on, not necessarily about cultural diversity, but linked with cultural diversity. And we had 3 examples we are showing now. And in this case, Hossein was in charge of recording the video we will see about presentations on these activities of 3 different kinds, very different kinds, okay? One of them, in fact, is about also sports, so maybe we can connect with also Manuel Onorati speaking about that, because he's the sports, let's say, office of the university. Sports activities of the university are very well organized, and also research activities about sports by him, because one of these presentations is also about sports. So Hossein, what do you want to say about this part of this day?
Yes, what it is interesting about these projects to me, it's not theoretical, it's also practical, because as you said, one of them is a sport. So when people gather around with a kind of activity like a sport, in a kind of a funny way, it's like a small Olympic, I think, in a center of the room, that most of the people from multicultural diversity places gather around and play sports together. So it's, I think, very important and interesting idea that these economic students think about and do it.
One of the presentations, in fact, is about sports. Yes. We will see. And I know that Manuel Onorati is connected, so maybe he can say something. Also, we had another link to sports in one of the interviews. I think he saw it. Okay. Manuel, tu hai la parola.
Sono in linea, giusto? Ok. Good morning, everyone. I'm Manuel Onorati. I'm chairman in University Sport Center. Good morning, everyone. Sorry for my voice, but I'm allergic, and this period is really difficult period. So today I want to talk about something more than just exercise. The extraordinary opportunities that sport offer for life and study. I will tell you about CUS Roma Tor Vergata as a great example of this. So cultural diversity is very important in sports. We have many teams with students from all over the world. Is very fantastic team and fantastic emotional team. At CUS we take part in both fun amateur competitions and more serious national ones. So for us, sharing emotions is really important. We believe that CUS Roma Tor Vergata isn't just a gym. It's a place, it's a location, it's a home for your well-being and for helping our community grow. And this is where the real opportunities for you come in. Now why is all of this important for you? Because sport through CUS or another organization offers incredible ways for you to grow as a person during your university experience. When you join a team or get involved in any sport here, you are not just learning about the game. You are learning teamwork, how to talk effectively with others, and how to support your friends. These are vital skills you will use in your group projects, your future jobs, or your everyday life. This aspect is very important for your building connection and discover yourself. So 1 minute. Sport is also fantastic for making friends and building connection. Can become like a second family, giving you a strong support system during the ups and downs of university life. You will meet people from all backgrounds, make lasting friendship, and expand your social circle in a healthy, active way. Is very important. You can find all the information on the CUS social networks. Is best practice. Search now, because the opportunities are important for your future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Grazie, Emanuele. We have established this connection this year, but we will keep it open for next years and maybe work even more on sports and cultural diversity for the future occasions. This is one of the topics we will see in the presentations, not the only one, clearly. We have tre presentazioni, molto diverse l'una dall'altra. Non le abbiamo? Sì, che le abbiamo. Se ogni tanto vedete queste facce è perché abbiamo qualche urgenza tecnica da risolvere al momento, ma risolviamo tutto. Grazie. E quindi vediamo tre presentazioni stavolta riguardo attività di ricerca e di didattica che sono state svolte o sono svolte in questo momento nell'università. Uno è un laboratorio, quindi si tratta di attività svolta dagli studenti e valorizzata attraverso, come vedremo, un finanziamento, quindi verrà realizzata. Uno è un progetto di ricerca di un dottorando di ricerca e in materia pedagogica sullo storytelling nei musei, molto interessante. Tra l'altro questo incontro che c'è stato tra il dottorando e gli studenti stranieri sarà anche molto utile alla sua ricerca, quindi siamo molto contenti della sinergia che si è creata. E il terzo è l'esperienza di un visiting professor che ha insegnato qualche anno fa qua a Tor Vergata una materia affascinante, dal nome veramente, come l'ho sentito, ho pensato non possiamo farne a meno nella nostra giornata mondiale, l'etnomatematica. Quindi tre cose molto diverse per cominciare, un capitolo nuovo nella nostra celebrazione, chissà l'anno prossimo cosa arriverà. Intanto partiamo da questo. Thank you so much. So we see now, sorry for the Italian for the moment, three very different experiences of research or didactic activities that have been or are being developed into university.
Allo sviluppo territoriale. Oggi è un piacere partecipare a questo evento, a questa giornata mondiale della cultura, parlando appunto di un'attività extraformativa di grande valore. Questa attività è stata avviata nel 2014 ed oggi è giunta all'11ª edizione e avverrà la 12ª, che sarebbero i laboratori Nuova Economia. Il titolare del corso è la professoressa Fiorani, che oggi rappresento, e si tratta di percorsi formativi e trasformativi che hanno coinvolto più di 1000 studenti e portato alla realizzazione di più di 210 progetti sostenibili nati come risposta concreta ai bisogni del territorio. I laboratori mirano a dare voce ai giovani, sviluppandone le capacità critiche, le capacità di azione, affinché i giovani del territorio diventano protagonisti consapevoli del cambiamento. Li accompagnano nell'identificare problemi sociali, ambientali ed economici e nel porre soluzioni innovative, inclusive e sostenibili. Dal 2023 il percorso è stato integrato nel progetto Rome Technopole, che è un ecosistema promosso dal MIUR, che vede la collaborazione tra 44 soggetti, tra università pubbliche, amministrazioni, centri di ricerca e imprese private. Questa introduzione ha rafforzato il dialogo tra le università, le istituzioni e le imprese, valorizzando appunto l'impatto generato dai progetti dei laboratori. I laboratori Nuova Economia rappresentano quindi un esempio concreto di terza missione e quarta missione dell'università, identificando le università come soggetti capaci di costruire reti pubblico-private e attivare dei processi di innovazione sociale con effetti tangibili sulle comunità locali. Un caso emblematico è appunto il progetto Welfare Comunità Columbi, nato dalla coprogettazione appunto con co-cittadini, istituzioni e imprese sociali, ed è appunto un esempio tangibile di co-creazione di valori sui territori, capace di generare benessere, inclusione e rigenerazione sociale. Lascio quindi la parola a Federico, che rappresenta il gruppo di studenti giovani del territorio, studenti di Tor Vergata, che hanno sviluppato questo progetto durante questo percorso laboratoriale.
So hello everyone, my name is Federico. I'm the one of the members of the group who has developed the project that Ms. Labar just described to you. We have developed our project in the labs that Professor Fiorani and Professor Labar have prepared in the University of Tor Vergata. Nuova Economia Prepararsi al Futuro, and we have developed this project where basically we give the chance to some kids who come in Italy without family to play sports and get, you know, a chance to have new friends, to get integrated into the territory, and to have also, you know, and also to find a passion that they can cultivate throughout their life. Mine is just an introduction in English of the project, and I won't describe it to you in full details, but I'll leave the description, the full description, to my colleague Lorenzo, who's prepared a speech in Italian where he'll describe to you, as I said, the details of the project and how that is linked to cultural diversity. Thank you very much, and I'll leave my word to Lorenzo.
Buongiorno a tutti, mi chiamo Lorenzo Guerra e sono uno studente presso il corso di Economia e Finanza dell'Università Roma di Tor Vergata. Oggi ho il piacere di presentarvi il progetto che io e il mio gruppo di colleghi dell'università abbiamo sviluppato nel contesto dell'attività laboratoriale. Il nostro progetto, insieme allo sport, si concentra su una tematica importantissima che riteniamo urgente e attuale: l'inclusione dei minori stranieri non accompagnati, i cosiddetti MSNA, presenti sul territorio romano. Si tratta di giovani che arrivano in Italia senza una rete familiare di supporto, spesso in condizioni di grande vulnerabilità sociale e psicologica. Abbiamo deciso di intervenire su questa tematica attraverso una proposta concreta e sostenibile: la riqualificazione del Centro Colombi, una struttura presente sul territorio romano che sarà riconvertita in uno spazio di accoglienza, crescita e integrazione per questi ragazzi. Il cuore del progetto è utilizzare lo sport come strumento educativo e integrativo. Lo sport ha un potere enorme, è un linguaggio universale che supera la barriera linguistica, culturale e sociale. In un campo da gioco non importa dove vieni, ma come collabori con gli altri. Questo aspetto è fondamentale per noi e vogliamo trasmettere questo valore anche ai ragazzi che spesso si sentono al margine e faticano a trovare il proprio spazio nel mondo e nella società. Il Centro Colombi diventerà quindi uno spazio multifunzionale dove l'attività sportiva, come calcio, basket, pallavolo, atletica, saranno al centro di un percorso di inclusione sociale. L'idea è quella di coinvolgere attivamente anche la cittadinanza del posto, gli operatori sociali e la realtà associativa già presente nel quartiere, per fare in modo che questo centro non sia semplicemente un luogo per l'accoglienza, ma che diventi un vero e proprio laboratorio di integrazione, partecipazione e sviluppo locale. La nostra visione è quindi quella anche di orientare al futuro. Non ci limitiamo soltanto al presente e non immaginiamo soltanto uno spazio sicuro per i minori non accompagnati, ma vogliamo costruire un modello replicabile, dove lo sport sia al centro di una nuova idea di comunità e interculturale. Un modello in cui le diversità non sono soltanto vissute come ostacoli, ma come una vera e propria risorsa e valorizzate soprattutto. In questo senso il nostro progetto si collega profondamente al tema della diversità culturale per il dialogo e lo sviluppo. Riteniamo che lo sport, vissuto in un contesto educativo e condiviso, possa diventare un vero strumento di dialogo tra culture, favorendo la nascita di relazioni autentiche e durature e contribuendo a contrastare pregiudizi, isolamento e discriminazione. In conclusione, con questo progetto vogliamo dare un piccolo ma concreto contributo a un cambiamento culturale che metta al centro l'inclusione, la solidarietà e la costruzione di comunità più giuste. Vi ringraziamo per l'ascolto e l'attenzione. Buona giornata.
Insegna didattica della matematica e in modo specifico insegna etnomatematica, di cui è esperta e di cui presiede una società internazionale di ricerca.
L'etnomatematica è un programma di ricerca dentro l'educazione matematica, la didattica della matematica, che si interessa in maniera particolare per le forme diverse in cui i gruppi culturali fanno o praticano la matematica. o meglio, le matematiche, perché il programma si occupa proprio di queste differenze nelle maniere in cui viene approcciato, viene fatta la matematica nei diversi gruppi culturali che realizzano diverse pratiche. Tant'è vero che la parola etnomatematica vuole racchiudere proprio questo significato, perché la tica sono le forme e le maniere del matema, cioè di fare, di concepire, di avere a che fare con l'etno, che è l'ambiente culturale, sociale o naturale. Quindi l'etnomatematica si propone di studiare come si sviluppano e come si realizzano queste pratiche matematiche all'interno di diversi gruppi o comunità culturali e cercare di riscattarle poi nell'ambito educativo, non solo nell'educazione formale, anche nell'educazione informale.
Veronica, volevo chiederti, l'etnomatematica, lo studio dell'etnomatematica può aiutare all'apertura verso la diversità culturale e come?
Io credo proprio di sì, perché giusto appunto l'etnomatematica studia le forme in cui la matematica acchiere queste peculiarità e queste differenze culturali che hanno a che vedere con la diversità culturale di tutte le comunità. E in particolare dentro diciamo, del quadro teorico dell'etnomatematica diciamo, si affrontano questioni che hanno a che vedere con dilemmi filosofici o questioni metodologiche che hanno a che vedere proprio con le forme con cui persone appartenenti a comunità culturali diverse possono instaurare dei dialoghi, interculturali ovviamente, che siano maniere di arricchire entrambi le comunità grazie agli apporti che possono provenire dall'altro gruppo culturale. Quindi l'idea è che l'etnomatematica ha un approccio molto decolonizzatore verso la conoscenza. E infatti si appoggia su filosofie spesso sviluppate in ambiente latinoamericano proprio sulla decolonizzazione del sapere e della conoscenza. E a livello metodologico si appoggia molto sull'idea di instaurare dei dialoghi interculturali, dei dialoghi mutui, basati sul rispetto e su una interrogazione mutua, nei quali non solo il ricercatore non è l'unico che decide come portare avanti la ricerca, quali sono i temi di ricerca e come analizzare, ma si dà un'importanza e un protagonismo anche alle comunità che sono oggetto della ricerca, che diventano poi attori e soggetti e fanno a loro volta ricerca. Per questo l'interrogazione deve essere mutua, perché c'è un rispetto e un dialogo e una forma di realizzare questioni da una parte e dall'altra, in entrambi i sensi. Vorrei condividere con voi un'immagine che considero particolarmente chiarificatrice di questo concetto di dialogo interculturale. È un'immagine che appartiene che si trova in un capitolo di un libro di un ricercatore colombiano che si chiama Aldo Parra, che parla proprio di intercambi, di un baratto etnomatematico di saperi. Questa immagine è particolarmente, secondo me, indicativa di quello che può essere un dialogo interculturale, non solo dall'etnomatematica, ma penso anche da altre aree.
Puoi farci qualche piccolo esempio per illustrarci come notare l'etnomatematica, noi che forse siamo un po' lontani dalla didattica della matematica?
Di origine Inca e Mapuche, che di solito classificano prima di contare. Quindi, invece di contare gli oggetti tutti insieme, hanno bisogno di contare gli oggetti sempre che abbiano la stessa forma o che appartengano alla stessa classe. E il sistema di contare è diverso secondo la forma che l'oggetto ha, secondo la classificazione che ci sono nei vari dialetti. Tra l'altro ogni dialetto ha delle classi e delle classificazioni diverse, per esempio.
Grazie. E un'altra cosa che volevo mettere in luce è come l'attenzione all'etnomatematica può essere utile anche ai fini dell'insegnamento della matematica per bambini o ragazzi che sono portatori di disabilità.
Diciamo che forse l'etnomatematica aiuta nell'ambito educativo a avvicinare un tema così apparentemente complesso come può essere quello matematico a un contesto che sia vicino all'alunno. Non solo, è una forma anche di sfidare l'egemonia del sapere matematico universale, perché attraverso l'etnomatematica si ha l'idea che anche la matematica può avere delle accezioni culturali che sono diverse e che e bisogna ascoltare gli studenti e le loro diversità anche in questo contesto.
Grazie.
Grazie a voi per l'invito a partecipare a questo festival sulla diversità culturale.
I'm pleased to introduce Luca Contardi's PhD work. I supervise his work. It is part of a national PhD course that is called Heritage Science and is related to diversity, to the possibility to spread diversity concepts thanks to the use of cultural heritage. Cultural heritage is a place where the differences can be overcome, but can be at the same time really valued through storytelling and also the possibility to support participatory approaches. We build different ways of experiencing cultural heritage, especially different cultural heritage and cultural heritage coming from different areas in the world. So this is really important, and that is why I'm very much pleased that Luca's work can be presented and introduced in the Day for Cultural Diversity that we celebrate here at the University of Tor Vergata.
Hello everyone, my name is Luca Contardi. I'm a PhD student in Heritage Science, a national research program that brings together various disciplines related to cultural heritage. My specific focus is on experimental pedagogy and heritage education, with a particular interest in participatory practices that support intercultural development within museums. The World Day for Cultural Diversity for Dialogue and Development is more relevant now than ever, especially in today's global context, where growing tensions, including social conflicts, often threaten the possibility of peaceful coexistence and mutual understanding. Yet, I strongly believe that diversity and dialogue are not obstacles, but they are instead valuable resources. They don't take anything away from us. On the contrary, they enrich our perspectives and open us to ways of seeing the world that may be very different or even surprisingly similar to our own. Moreover, research shows that greater social inclusion and well-being are closely related to economic development. So, in other words, promoting diversity and intercultural dialogue not only foster cultural and social growth, but also contributes to a more just and prosperous society for everyone. So with this in mind, the research project I'm working on aims to explore how cultural institutions, and museums in particular, can become inclusive spaces for intercultural dialogue through participatory and educational practices. This research project is grounded in a broad and inclusive definition of cultural heritage, not only as a repository of the past, but as a powerful tool for mutual understanding and intercultural development. At its core lies the concept of the participatory museum, so a space where communities are not merely represented, but actively take part in shaping the narratives that concern them. Through storytelling, individuals from community with a migratory background are empowered to speak in their own voices, to reclaim and reinterpret their own heritage, and to act as mediators of meaning. So in this way, they gain agency within a traditional hierarchical context that is that of the museum, which has often positioned them as a passive subjects or even recipients more than active contributors. Museums, they are increasingly aware of their potential as facilitators of social inclusion. The participatory paradigm envisions them as platforms for co-creation, where communities are not just audiences, but co-authors of cultural value. So storytelling becomes a key principle and a key practice for enable dialogue, fostering understanding and promoting a sense of belonging. So the project explores how co-design, educational and cultural activities enriched by digital tools can support these goals. New technologies not only enhance visitor experience, but also enables new forms of narrative ownership and collaborative learning. So we aim to understand how such approaches can strengthen social inclusion, promote digital and critical skills, and contribute to active citizenship across the life course of people. So in sum, the project seeks to demonstrate how museums, through participatory and technology-supported storytelling, can become inclusive spaces where diverse voices are heard and valued, and where heritage serves as a bridge rather than a barrier. So thanks to Professor Mucci and the group for having me during this amazing event. I'm really honored to be part of this. And also thanks to Professor Poce for introducing me, for putting me in touch with Professor Mucci and the group.
Buongiorno a tutti, sono
Yeah, we are back again, live.
Here we are back live. Close. This is not finished yet, but almost finished. Siamo alla fine, ma non proprio alla fine. E ho grande piacere di presentare accanto a me l'ambasciatore Patrizio Fondi, ma anche professore adesso, Patrizio Fondi qui a Tor Vergata, che già era con noi l'anno scorso, e che ci dirà qualche parola in conclusione. Mi fa piacere ricordare che noi ci siamo conosciuti sul campo del negoziato internazionale 20 anni fa, proprio durante il negoziato della Convenzione UNESCO per la diversità delle espressioni culturali, per la promozione e protezione della diversità delle espressioni culturali, che ha disciplinarmente coinvolto me tanto su questi argomenti e mi ha fatto lavorare insieme all'ambasciatore Fondi. So I introduced Professor and Ambassador Patrizio Fondi for closing this very nice meeting, I would say, today. He was here with us also last year, and I'm happy to have him also this year, and I hope also in the future. I will, let's say, grab this promise to be here also next year. Professor Fondi, Patrizio, you have the word.
Okay, thank you very much, Federica. Actually, it's really for me a great pleasure to be with you on this occasion, because it's a little tour around the world for me, this occasion. And really, it's nice to see how people interpret in different ways the cultural diversity. If you allow me, I want to give a different definition of the day, which is more political, if you want. This is not only a day of cultural diversity, it's also a day of resistance to homologation. Because actually in the world of today, we have many dangerous developments which are threatening, I would say, our diversity. And I refer especially to the fact that, for example, until 20 years ago, our democracy was more deliberative, as the scholars say, which means that you discuss a problem and you try to make a rational reasoning, and then you find the solution, which is very logic. Is Kant, is Aristotle. But now, unfortunately, we passed from deliberative democracy to a kind of polarization. And polarization means that you don't reason. You just have an idea. You want to impose your ideas to the others, so you don't listen to the others. just you are convinced that you are in the truth. And that's exactly the contrary of deliberative democracy. So cultural diversity helps us to resist to this kind of trend, which is absolutely negative for all the cultures. So I think it's becoming more and more political and more important. This is also linked, to my opinion, to the issue of freedom of expression. Because if you have polarization, actually, sometimes you are inclined to block the opinion of the others. But if you are with cultural diversity approach, you accept the different opinions and you try to develop a common truth, which is, in my opinion, what is important in all communities, not only universities. So really, I thank Federica to be courageously stubborn in keeping with this celebration every year, because this is a kind of fire we should keep in our soul in order to avoid that some negative trends can really overwhelm our will to be together and to discuss freely and with serenity. So you are, in my opinion, really like combatant on these occasions, because I think that we will be in a very difficult trench in the future. Difficult times are coming, but I really am optimistic because you are the soldier of this resistance. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Patrizio. We are Pacific soldiers. I'm very proud of that. And to end this, per finire in bellezza, un taste of the word. We called it the taste of the word because we will eat and drink something. And please, Ambassador Fondi, can you open it together? Oh, no, sorry. I completely forgot that we had Professor Albanese connected and we wanted her to say something. Professor Albanese, are you still here? Sorry, sorry. Ethnomathematics, you have the last word.
Yes.
Please don't worry and enjoy the food. I would like to be with you. Could you hear me? Hello? Hello? Please enjoy the food for me too. I cannot hear you. Don't worry for me. Thanks a lot for the invitation to participate in this day. And I would have liked to be with you personally. And maybe next year, I don't know, I could find a way to be with you and also to enjoy this wonderful moment of sharing food from different places that you are probably enjoying in a bit. And that's it. I mean,
your intervention, it was my fault. And so now we close
We can
and
open.
toast to cultural diversity.
So we-
Okay. So now we close and toast to Goodbye, everyone. Sorry, Tasduva, you show us. We have the taste of the word, and it comes from here. It comes from the taste of Bangladesh, but also the taste of Iran.
Yes, please.
Yalda. Sorry for not having the occasion to share it with online participators, but we can maybe do that in another occasion. Bye, everyone. Siamo liberi. Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. We will have little things, like little things, but I think it was great. Thank